I know guys, I know. I didn't think I'd be making this video either, okay? But yeah, the time has come for me to talk about this franchise, and what better way to do it other than, one of these Rocks videos that I do all the time. Anyway, yeah, Sly Cooper, or Sly Raccoon, and the Phoebus Raccoonus, I think it's called. Depending on where you come from, it's called different things in different places, I think. But yeah. I've been approached on YouTube about this franchise for a very long time, because it is a part of, it's a series of platformers, for example. Along with Ratchet Jack, Sly Cooper is considered to be the sort of a third main Sony platforming franchise, which is, all the fans for Ratchet, Jack and Sly, they're all basically the same. Now, I've always been rather mixed on Sly. I'll go over my story about Sly just in 2003. I see Sly Raccoon, okay, got good reviews, so I decided to pick up. I quite enjoyed it. I must say it was a fairly simple platformer game with some minor stealth elements, but nothing too major, nothing like Splinter Cell or Metal Gear Solid, but whatever, it was fun. Then fast forward to about 5 or so years later, I start to play Sly 2. I wasn't that impressed by Sly 2. My reason for disliking that game has always been the same, and every time I've been asked about it, I say the same thing. I don't like playing as other characters, okay? Incidentally, the only two Sly games I own for PS2 right now are Sly 2 and Sly 3. I don't currently own, should I say, a physical copy of the first game. But yeah, the second game, you got to play as other characters besides Sly all the time. Now, about 50% of the game is played by Sly, but Sly is like this really, agile, just really fun to play as character, and the other two characters, Bentley and Murray, they're not as fun to play as, or rather, considering the game is more heavily based on stealth this time round, playing as these two, it makes the stealth a bit of a chore, sadly. So I didn't really give it much thought. It wasn't until like a couple years ago or something I finally got around to actually beating it, but I can't say I enjoyed it as much, but something inside me, I wanted to beat it as much. And I already owned a copy of Sly 3, but I played it for about an hour and I realised, it was just kind of going to be the same thing as Sly 2, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to bother playing this. So, and ever since then I've kind of left the series alone, really, until then. That was until I decided to pick this up. The Sly trilogy. This contains all 3 games. Now I picked this up mainly because I wanted to play through, Sly 1 again, because I really did like that game, and I wanted to give Sly 2 and 3 another chance. Well, that was kind of like a secondary objective, because I already owned them both on PS2. But this time round, I played for the first one again, and I really, really loved it. It reminded me how much I loved the game in the first place, so right away I was pleased to pick this up just for Sly 1 alone. But then I played for Sly 2 again. I was thinking I'm just going to play this for an hour and dislike it the same way I liked it before. But funnily enough, I played through the entire game again and enjoyed it. Which is weird, I don't know, it's funny because, okay, in my opinion, right, I'm pretty sure I haven't outright implied that I hate Sly Cooper on YouTube, but I've definitely implied that I'm not particularly over the moon for it. I've always been kind of meh towards it whenever I talk about it. But Sly 2 this time around, for some reason I enjoyed it a lot more. I really don't see why. So naturally I went right on to Sly 3. And amazingly, that was like my favourite. I don't know what it was. Sly 3, it was like, I just liked the story and all it better. The environments were a lot more smaller, making it easier to get around if you weren't playing as Sly. And it was just a lot more fun overall to me for some reason. I actually just beat it earlier tonight. And yeah, I beat Sly 3 and I was just really compelled to come and do this video basically, because I played all 3 back to back and they're very, very good. But yeah, if you don't own this compilation, by the way, I highly recommend it. All 3 games in one. Terrific value, definitely worth the money. But yeah. In the past few days, my impression on Sly Raccoon has really, well, it's not completely 180, because I did have some respect for it in the past, I just wasn't really that fond of it. But now now I put it up there with like Ratchet and Jack. It is the 3rd place for me, it goes Ratchet, Jack and Sly for me, that's how it's always been in terms of the Sony platforms. But yeah, Sly Raccoon is a really, really good series. I can't believe I've sort of undermined it for this long. Sucker Punch, you've done a fantastic job on these games. They're great. Incidentally, a little history lesson on Sucker Punch. Give me a minute. I should have prepared this. Where is it? Here it is. Sucker Punch, to the best of my knowledge, their first game was this, Rocket Robot on Wheels. It's an N64 game, of course. It was published by Ubisoft. This was before they partnered up with Sony. And it's typical for an N64 era platformer, you know, you pretty much just jump about and collect everything. But it's, you know, what can I say? It is a really well put together platformer. If you're into these type of platformers on N64, you know, this is one of the best. Very underrated too. Worth picking up. And Sucker Punch lately have been making the Infamous series. Infamous 2 is out in a couple of months, and my dog is barking. But yeah, Infamous is definitely one of the best PS3 exclusives I've played this gen. Really fantastic open world superhero game, you know. Definitely try this out. I really can't wait for Infamous 2. And supposedly, I had already known about this, but I'm pretty sure it was on the Infamous as well, but when you beat all 3 games, there's actually a trailer, a sort of sneak trailer for Sly 4. It really was just a total teaser. It was the definition of a teaser trailer, and I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, Sucker Punch, I would really, really like a Sly 4. I really would. Now, one thing I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to ask is, will I Let's Play the Sly Cooper games? Because that is definitely one of my most requested games to Let's Play. Because of course I've Let's Played all the Ratchets and all the Jacks. And my answer is, yeah, I think I will at some point now. Because, I don't know, I always wanted to Let's Play the first one, but I wasn't really too keen because I knew I'd get asked to LP Sly 2 and Sly 3 constantly if I did that. But now that I've sort of think a bit differently towards them, I think I will Let's Play them. I'm not sure when, but I'll get round to it, I certainly will. And it'll probably be on this compilation, you know, because it looks a bit better. That's pretty much the only thing. And you can play it, it's in 3D! That's another interesting thing. Sly 3 was meant to be in 3D, wasn't it? In fact, yes it does. It came with these, you were meant to play it in 3D and I don't know. Anyway, that's that, guys. That's Sly Cooper Rocks. Really good series. You should definitely try it out. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Oh crap! Goddamn 3D. It was. Yep. Bye, guys.